All right, today we're continuing in our closed guard series. Last class we went over opening your closed guard on your terms when your opponent has shown you that they're going to stand or put a knee in to open up your guard. Today we're going to go over opening your closed guard on your terms with grips. For me, there's two transitions really to guard from closed guard. That's when you get a cross collar and a sleeve grip or two sleeve grips. Today we're going to cover collar and sleeve, and I'm going to use Jason to demonstrate. So if you're in a competition situation and your opponent has been stalling a lot or you're down in points you have to score, sitting in closed guard for a long time isn't probably your best move. You have to score points, so to do that you have to elicit some reactions from your opponent. Best way to do that from closed guard is to try to go for a sweep. So from the closed guard, the first two grips I'm going to get are a cross collar and the same side sleeve. Now from here we're going to go for a scissor sweep. So we're going to open our closed guard, plant right foot on the ground to hip escape a little bit. The outside foot drops all the way to the ground, and I get my right leg across the belt. I'm going to pull him towards me and kick and scissor my legs, and he hits the ground. Now, if I've executed this well, this should be high up on his chest, and I can slide into a high mount. Show that one more time. From the closed guard, I'm going to hand myself a deep collar grip so I can control his posture and grab the sleeve on the same side. Then I open my closed guard, plant the foot, scissor out. We come to here. If he's awake, he's probably going to try to stuff my leg, and I'll come to top half guard, which is fine. So we go for the scissor sweep. We come here. He shoves my leg and gets in the inside. I just come up on top, still 2 points. Sound good? Any questions about that move? Cool, 2 times each. 1, 2, 3. All right, any questions on the scissor sweep? Cool. So the scissor sweep is like a really basic closed guard sweep. It still works at higher levels, but your opponent will probably have some responses so that they don't get swept. So we're going to troubleshoot it a little bit. So if I'm going for the scissor sweep, I have to pull his posture down to load his weight onto my top leg so that I can kick him over. So he has a couple of responses he might do to counter this. One is if he just postures high and he's not letting me pull him down. So from here, I keep his sleeve, I hip escape a little bit more, I put my right foot inside, and as I sit up, I shove his sleeve across and drag him into a D-drag. Now that I've got one hook inside, I pop my elbow down, I build up, and I get my seatbelt grip and I'm on his back. To finish the back take from here, there's 2 things I can do. The first is I just keep my seatbelt grip and I duck my shoulder into his head, and we roll over, and I put my other hook in. The other thing you can do is you can look for that's his right foot. You go ankle to ankle, and I pull until he falls over, and then I put the hook in. From the top one more time. Going for the scissor sweep. He doesn't let me control his posture. I sit up and shove his arm across as I pull. Build up on my elbow. Seatbelt grip on his back, and then I go shoulder into the back of his head, or find his ankle, and I pull him down. Any questions on that? Cool, 2 times each, 1, 2, 3. So there's a couple of details I want to hit on this D-drag. I saw a couple of questions as I went around. So we come to here, and keep postures up, right? So this is all one motion, where I come up, shove, and drag. It's got to be pretty fluid, and there's a couple of details. One is I don't let go of this sleeve until I'm here. The reason is if I let go of the sleeve at any point before that, and he keeps it on the outside, I haven't taken his back. I need this shoulder exposed, and this arm is in the way. So that's why I shove it across. At this point, I can let go of the sleeve, because I have his collar, and my body is tattooed to his shoulder. He can't get that arm back. Plus, when I drop this elbow and build up, now I'm even further away. Tight seatbelt grip on the back. So it's all one fluid motion. Like that. Cool. Any questions on that?
Yeah. What do you do when they grab on with the right hand, the gi, and it's hard to get it on the other side of your body? Do you abandon that and go to another sweep? What do you do?
You're talking about if we're here and he's got a grip anchored?
Yeah, he's got a good thing. Yes.
That's a good question. So if I come to here and I can't beat this grip,
Bring the arm drop.
that's when you put your arm drag up. So that's a great question. If he's anchored his grip and I can't D-drag, I can arm drag. So I grab behind his tricep, and I'm going to push and pull at the same time, and he will wrist lock himself.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, but that's
Maybe this one.
Yeah. So I'm pushing as I pull,
Yep.
and now I keep his tricep instead of the collar, and I build up. And it's a little difficult, it's a little more difficult to transition to the seatbelt, but totally possible. Great question. Any other questions? Cool. So that was if he postures up to get out of the scissor sweep. There's a couple other things you can do. The second is if he crashes down and tries to like hold my top leg, so I can't scissor sweep. I have this grip on his collar under his head, and when he drops his head, he's put himself into a loop choke. I just need to create a little bit of space, not a lot, but I'm just still trying to do the scissor sweep, so he doesn't know anything's happening yet. I'm going to build up on his elbow and come out to the side, let go of his sleeve, hold his head as I push down on his head. I'm going to let go a little bit.
You're good.
This arm comes through and under my own elbow, and I want to make sure I hold him with my heels so he doesn't escape. I'm not choking right there. So again, I was going through the scissor sweep and he collapses down on my sweeping leg, so I can't do it. I'm going to escape a little bit so that I get my armpit on the back of his head. Then I replace that with my own arm, go on this side, and get the tap. The other thing that can happen is he might roll with the sweep, roll with the choke, at which point I just take the sweep, or in the process, I take the sweep and I keep this, and I finish it from the top. It's way worse.
Yeah, that's bad.
Any questions on that? Cool, let's try that 2 times each. 1, 2, 3. Any questions on the loop choke from there?
I have a question. What's
Yeah.
the way when they have the weight on, it's kind of hard to
Yep.
get out.
Sure. So I'll demonstrate with Jason, who's much, much, much bigger and stronger than I am, but I can still keep it. So if he's collapsed on my top leg, you're saying you can't get some space?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So I can just push with my leg, and I've made a little bit of space. Like it's my leg against his torso essentially, you know? And like he's, I don't know, 200 something, like 350. I can just like extend away, you know what I mean? Like I can, if I can't move him, I can always move myself, and I can give myself some slack on this grip, and then when I come back in, I'm like making it happen, you know what I mean? Like, this is all I need. So we started here, I can shrink away, slide my grip down, and whip this under his chin. Does that answer your question before it is? Yeah. Cool. So I can make that space myself. So that was if he collapses down. His other response is he will put up his foot so that I can't trip. And there's 2 places he can put it up. Inside or on the outside. So we'll talk about both. First we'll talk about inside. If he put his foot inside, that's fine. He's basically setting himself up for the first move we did. So I put my foot inside, I shove this across, and I drag him down. And it's the first move all over. One more time, I go to scissor sweep him, starting on your knee. Yeah, he puts that foot up so I can't. Flip up. And we're here. And the other response is if he puts his leg on the outside. So I go to scissor sweep and he steps over my foot. This is a little different, but not that bad. I'm going to build up on my elbow. I'm going to catch his ankle here, push and pull. And this one we're going to come up into some kind of half guard. So I just settle down into top half. Show that one more time. I go for the scissor sweep, he steps over my foot, that's fine. I catch his foot with this one so that we're in essentially half guard. I grab his ankle here, and it's just a push-pull. And then I settle back in the top half.
Would you get credit for a pass for that one?
That's not a pass, that's a sweep. It wouldn't be a pass until you finish passing the half or quarter guard, but it would be 2 for the sweep there. Any other questions? Cool, let's try those both 2 times each from the top. 1, 2, 3. All right, before I ask if there were any questions, I want to go over 2 things I was asked about. And the first one was when you're going for the, he stepped over, and we're doing this ankle play. Don't go straight back. He doesn't have any base to this side, so I'm punching a little bit diagonally, and we're coming this way. And then I'll just roll on top, versus if I try to go straight back, it's going to be a little more difficult. And now we're in this like kind of awkward 50-50 position. But again, if I just punch across, I just kind of roll onto my side and I'm on top. The second one was for the knee dragger. He puts his knee on the inside and I come here and they were saying his knee's in the way, right? That's okay. I'm still on his back because I can see his back, and this arm is on the right side. I just have to move out a little bit so that that knee isn't a problem, and then I'm on his back. Any questions for either of those or anything that we went over today? Cool. We're going to start with positional, so we'll do 3 minutes each, so the person on the bottom gets the chance to work on what we did today, and then we'll switch, and then after that we'll do regular rounds. Hit your gum guards, water, whatever, and we'll get started. 1, 2, 3.